Let's roll out. Rolling out the shoulders here. Now then we'll roll forwards. And then hands on the waist, we'll circle the waist, circle the hips. And other direction. Good, good. Feet together, circle the knees. And switch directions. Good, good. Okay, ankles now. And other direction. Other side now. And other direction. back up to the knees again. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, lean on the back leg and rub that knee. And then we'll switch sides. Good. So come on up now to the arms, the rotator cuff. So figure 8. And then we'll switch directions. Good. Okay. So to the hips. So circle the knee now. To the corner, open to the other corner, gently put it down. One corner, over to the other corner, put it down. When you put it down, you want it to be empty, no weight, and then slowly shift your weight onto it. So you don't want to drop onto it. Good, right there. Nice. Now we'll come back to the shoulders to the arms. So arms in front. One goes up, one goes down. Then we'll switch on the sides. And then switch in front. And on the sides. Just keep that going. Yeah, shoulder issues, right? And you can just make smaller circles in front. If you don't have any issues, you can make much bigger circles, bring your arms behind you. Depends on your range of motion. Good. And then we'll switch directions. Couple more. Last one. Good. Okay, so we'll keep the knees bent. Turn, swing the hips around. Allow the arms to just swing with it. Now we'll turn the toes out. Now we'll turn the heels out. So swing that heel, keep the toe down. Internal rotation on the hips. And last one. Good. Back to the middle. So we'll go a little wider with the feet now. Sink down into the legs. Keep one hand just resting on the hip or on the waist. Other hand flat down like it's on the table. I'm going to shift, pull, turn. Hand swings up. Read my palm. And then as it comes down, the palm is up. And then I turn it over and shift. And as I swing it across, you see I'm actually moving away from it. As it comes down, I'm shifting in the other direction already. So it has to follow me. It's like a whip. I'm keeping the shoulders level. And I'm turning probably from about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock and back again. So palm is up, that's external rotation. Palm is down, that's internal rotation. Now I'm going to swing a little harder. So I'm going to swing and then let it settle. Swing, let it settle. Swing. That swing is created by the shift backwards and the turn of my hips. One more. Good. This hand now on the waist. This hand on the table. Shift now. Shift back away from the hand as it swings up. And then shift back away from the hand as it floats down. Turn the palm down. Swing across. Palm floats up. Turned up. Rotate, palm down. Again, I'm moving away from the hand as it floats down and as it floats up. I'm creating the momentum with my hips and my waist. This is called silk reeling. It's a Chen style silk reeling exercise. This teaches relaxation and it teaches the movement of Tai Chi, which is not robotic, right? It's exactly the opposite of robotic. It is whip-like. Now we'll add a little zing to the swing, right? So swing, settle, swing, settle. Simulates some of the movements in Chen style Tai Chi. Swing, settle, swing. Just floats down like a piece of paper floating in the breeze. And last one. Good, good, good. So let's bring it together here in the middle, feet together. Well, inhale, the arms float up and the elbows stay low. Always elbows below the shoulders, almost always. Exhale, sink the chi. Inhale. Exhale. Again, imagine that you're not doing this. Somebody else is lifting your arms. Your arms are asleep by your sides and just somebody just lifts them up. You're not doing anything. Exhale. The tip of the tongue moves to the roof of the mouth. One more time, sinking the chi. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, we'll step out about hip to shoulder width, maybe shoulder width for these first few. We'll do some Qigong first. So from here, I'm going to inhale up, pressing overhead, keeping the elbows bent, keeping the knees bent, sinking the chest. Exhale down to the sides. Inhale, arms float up. Two palms holding up the heavens like a pillar. Exhale down. Inhale. Tip of the tongue again on the roof of the mouth. So we're breathing through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now try to smooth out the breath. So the breath emulates the hand movements. There's no stopping at the top and stopping at the bottom. The inhalation as the hands float up, floats into the exhalation. And the exhalation as you melt down, floats into the inhalation. We slow down the inhalation, slow it down, and then it speeds up as we exhale, and then it slows down, becomes an inhale. Try to see, as you're inhaling, if you can inhale so gently at the end of the move, you can't tell where you start exhaling. Inhale 5, 4, 3 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, 1 mile an hour. Exhale 2, 3, 4 miles an hour, and so on. Same on the bottom. Couple more. Last one. 2 palms. Holding up the heavens like a pillar to harmonize the triple warmers. It's the Qigong exercise from the Bardoanjin, the 8 pieces of brocade. Now we sync the Qi again. Same thing here. Inhale. Slows down and somehow becomes an exhale. Good. Let's go a little wider to that wide horse stance again. Toes turn slightly out, tailbone drops as we sink down, body stays completely upright. We'll cross this hand in front, wrists, crossing the wrists, and that front hand and fingers bend, draws the bowstring, and the other hand, index finger points to the ceiling as I shift away from it. Drawing the shoulders behind me, elbows behind me, sinking the tailbone. Then I inhale to the center, cross that arm in front. And then I exhale to the other side. It's called draw the bow and shoot the arrow. It's the second exercise in the 8 pieces of brocade. Inhale this side, exhale. All the fingers bent except for that index finger. You can feel the stretch in that index finger. Inhale, exhale. And I'm not locking that elbow. Right? Just keep a tiny bend in that elbow. Shift over a little further, lean away from it a little bit more, which is not done in all styles of Qigong. Some people don't do that. They just stay in the middle in that horse stance. So you can do that if you like. Of course, we're trying this circular breathing as well, again, right? So that exhale slowly dissipates, becomes an inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale slows down, somehow becomes an exhale. Draw the bow and shoot the arrow. Couple more. Last one each side. Back to center. Step it in. Sinking the chi. Inhale. Exhale. Good. I'll stay with my feet here, and I'll scoop up the middle. Then one hand pushes down as the other hand continues up, separating the heavens and the earth. Right? Almost straight with that arm, not quite, and then down to the side like before. The hands meet, they go again, we switch sides. Inhaling. Exhale. Separating the heavens and the earth. Let's do one more each side. Last one. Good. Step it in. We'll sink the chi a few times. Inhale. Exhale. Again, the breath is smooth and the tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, just behind the teeth. How relaxed can you be in those arms? Now the left foot floats out a little bit, hip to shoulder width. So I root down through the right foot, lift the left heel, toes land, heel lands, still on the right foot. Then I shift over, hands sweep in front. Now we open up in front. Commencing, open the door. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm going to add a little squat here as I do this. All right, inhale, I'm going to stand, float up. Exhale, and as I sink down, I'm going to try to drop the tailbone, sink the chest. Let's go one more time. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to swing side to side. We'll step a little wider and swing. One palm facing the other. Good. As I swing up to this side, the hand that's following floats up in front and I read my palm. Across with the other hand underneath and then switch in the corner. Read this palm. Switch in the corner. Read this palm. This is very similar, like a two-handed silk reeling exercise, right? Like silk reeling exercise we did earlier, except the palm turns out, presses down instead of turning palm up as it comes down. So now I'm going to start to shift away from the hands as they switch on this side. And then switch away, shift away from the hands as they switch on this side. So the hands have to follow me across like a whip. The tip of the whip goes in the same direction as the handle, but not at the same time. Plowed hands, yang style. Couple more. Good. Now from here into golden rooster. So the lower hand floats up to the ceiling. Shift across. We switch hands. One hand drops down to the hip. Other hand floats up to the ceiling. The knee follows it. Sink down, step. Root that heel. Switch sides. One hand goes down, one hand goes up. I stand tall, knee up toward the elbow. Then I sink down into a squat. And I want to make sure that I'm rooted in that one foot before I lift the other foot off the floor. One goes up, one goes down. So I'm rooted in this foot. Now I can lift and stand up. When I come down, I feel a weight transfer from one side, shifts over to the other side. Golden rooster. All right, so from the side, keep going, but if I turn to the side, you can see how arm is round and the foot's tucked back. All right. So I'm not bending that elbow 90 degrees. The arm is round. Couple more golden rooster. Good, we'll stay here on this one. Standing tall, hold, breathe, focus, and slowly switch sides. Up, and hold, breathe, focus, bring the heel back, point the toes down, arm is round. As I step down, I hug the tree. Bring it into me, then push it down. Sink the chi here. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, they melt down in front. Open the door in front. Commence. Now we'll swing side to side again. And then on each side, I'll hold the ball. One hand on top, other hand underneath. And switch. And see how that top arm, my elbow is below my hand and my shoulder. It's below my hand and my shoulder. So the elbow is just kind of draping down there. It's away from the body, but it's draping down. One more. This time we'll part the wild horse's mane. So from here, top hand drops down onto the table. The other hand floats up like I'm throwing my hat into the corner. And then I circle the hands around back to one, hold the ball, wind up. And then unleash. Note how my hand stays in front of my body. That hand that's throwing stays in front of my body. It's my body that turns. Shift and turn, hand stays in front of the body. Let's do one more like this. Let's hold it here for a sec. You see how both arms are round? Right, one hand, I'm reading my palm, but it's not facing me. It's up at 45 degrees. And this hand's flat on the table. Fingers aren't down. It's flat. So now let's keep going. We'll add in a T-step. T-step. Empty step. Drop the foot. Turn and shift onto it. Parting the wild horse's mane. Do it again. Circle. T-step. Empty. Drop the foot. Shift in. Don't forget to root that back foot down before you pick up this front foot. So I'm rooting, then I can step safely. Empty. Full. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And swing again side to side. So I'm just letting my feet adjust naturally. Obviously, we'll go to the other side now. So let's hold the ball and just swing side to side, holding the ball. When we go to the other side, the other foot will turn slightly out. So from here, holding the ball now, top hand drops down. Turn my body, hand stays in front of the body. Circle around, inhale, wind up. And then exhale. It's a big turn from the waist. Wind up, feel the spine twist there. Let's do one more here. Good, so now my elbow's over my knee, my back elbow's over my back knee. This hand's flat on the table, this hand 45 degrees or so. It's facing 45 degrees to one side and 45 degrees forward, so it's diagonally in front of me. I want to feel the back heel rooted. Although the knee is bent, I'm not locking that back knee. The knee is bent. I feel most of the way to my front foot. My back foot is rooted down. So let's add in a T-step now. Root, circle, hold the ball. Turn from the waist. Wind up over this knee. Empty. Fill that foot as you slowly shift over and turn the body. Hand stays in front of the body. Two more. Parting the wild horse's mane. One goes up, one goes down. One goes forward, one goes back. One is palm down, one is palm up. Yin and yang. Nice. Now hug the tree. Come back to center. Put it down and then sink the chi. Inhale, arms float. Exhale, melt. Open the door in front. Swing. Swing. Good. Now one hand is going to swing forwards, palm up. The other hand just keeps going. So the hand that's following swings forwards. And then we'll switch. And then we'll switch. My fingers are together, but not touching each other. My thumb is next to my index finger. The fingers are straight, but not stiff. They're kind of relaxed straight, so not 100% straight. So now from here, this one comes up to the side and up to my ear, fingers face forward, and then that hand floats over the other hand, pushing forward. The elbow stays bent, and this hand floats up. As it does, this hand circles and scoops. This one right past my ear, like you're playing airplanes. And then push, scoop under, right by the ear. And see how when my hand comes past my ear, my elbow stays down, doesn't float up above the shoulder. Couple more. This is Repulse the Monkey. So now I lift the knee. So it's like as the hand floats up, the knee floats up, and then I just step down again. Normally I'd be stepping backwards. As we don't not doing that here, we don't have the space, we're just stepping straight down. So as one hand floats up, the other hand scoops, and the knee floats up. The knee and the hand float up at the same time. Repulsing the monkey. Let's do one more each side. Again, that breath, right? Smooth. You can't tell when the inhalation ends and the exhalation begins. Beautiful. Hug the tree. Back to the middle. Put it down. Sink the chi. Inhale. Exhale. Arms float up. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll swing side to side again. I'm going to step a little wider. One more time. Then we'll swing up into, on the other side, we'll swing up into cloud hands. So the hand that's following floats up. I read my palm. And the other hand's shadowing it underneath. And then we switch. Scooping underneath, reading my palm. Reading this palm, scooping the other hand underneath. Couple more. So now we'll come halfway across. Freeze here. And then switch directions. Now we lead with the fingertips. We do a backwards plowed hands. Elbows stay down, arms around like I'm hugging a tree with each arm. One more. Now the hand that comes on top this time, that one swats the fly right across my face. And as it goes down to the table, the other hand comes to my ear. I wipe that table and push to the corner, rooting the back heel down. Then circle again, swat the fly, drop it down onto the table, one up to the ear, wipe, and push. I want the end of the push to coincide with the end of the shift. I stop shifting onto this leg, I stop pushing. One more. Brush knee and push, brush knee and twist step. Now let's add in a T step. So, swat the fly, wipe the table. Wipe the table with this hand. Push. Inhale. No weight. Empty step, shift onto it. Push. Two more. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Now we'll stay on this one. So right here, sink in, relax, and stay here. Now sink the chest. One hand's in push, other hand's on the table, and the arms are round. So if I turn towards you, you can see my arms are out and round. They're not close into my body, and they're not floating out to the side. Back heel is rooted, so I can feel if I need to push somebody with this hand, that comes from the ground, from the earth. Doesn't come from my upper body. So let's just keep this going. So here, I'll just drop this down, hand down, wipe the table. Just go side to side. Kind of like this backward plowed hand. Good, in the middle. Now this hand that's coming up right now, I swap the fly right across my face, other hand's wiping the table. And then fingers turn forward, shoulder, elbow down, wipe the table, and push to this corner. Sink, drop the elbow. Swap the fly, turn, wind up. Hands stay in front of my body. It's the body that's doing the turning. Push. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So add in the T step. One goes down, one goes up. One wipes the table. One, finger jab forward. And then don't forget, don't straighten that arm. Sink the wrist. Let's do one more brush knee push. Should feel seamless. Then hug the tree. You get there. Turn back to the front. Put it down. Inhale, arms float. Exhale down. Sinking the chest as we do this. Inhale, arms float up in front. And down. So let's get into something a little different. Swing side to side. Now up into cloud hands again. So the hand that's following floats up. And I read my palm. Other hand shadows it underneath. And I'm sinking my chest here. It's like I'm holding a ball in this arm, in my arms here as I come across. One arm holding the top of the ball, other arm scooping underneath it. And I'm sinking the chest. I'm becoming the ball. I'm not just holding it. Good. Now halfway across on this one. Halfway across. And then from here, spread your wings. One arm floats up, other hand lands on the table. And then we'll switch sides. One goes up, one goes down. Now the top hand, the palms facing in. And the fingers brush that forearm on the way down. And then, as this hand comes up, I'll just tap this toe in front. Knee is bent. And switch. As the hands end their move, the toe lands. So it all happens simultaneously. Mistakenly known in America as simultaneously. And touch. A white crane spreads its wings. Now, some people do turn their top palm out, and that's fine. You can do whatever you like. That front foot is empty, and that front foot is directly in front of the back foot, right? So I'm on a narrow stance. I'm on a tightrope there for a sec, but no weight on it. One more. And then from here, without putting weight on the front foot, I reach down with this hand to the ground. And then come on up, and let's switch sides. Just like I do, a white crane spreads wings. Once the toe lands, I reach down for the needle at the bottom of the sea. Come on up. And this works differently in different forms too. It's not always exactly the same. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up to white crane. Exhale down. Trying to keep my back as flat as possible. Keep all the weight on my back foot. One more time each side. And draw this hand back. Shoot straight down toward the floor. In combat, you wouldn't go that low. You'd go down to the waist or maybe furthest to the knee. Come on up, hug that tree. Put it down and sink the chi. Inhale, arms float. Exhale, melt. Open the door in front. And down. Let's change it up a little bit. I'm going to swing side to side. I step a little wider to sink down to these legs. Now I'm going to challenge you. So we'll go into parting the wild horse's mane, Chen style. So make a full circle here almost. I'm going to swing up. As the hands come up overhead, turn my palms out, fingers following behind. And then as they come down, this hand's just going to push you away. This hand's going to hold the tray. Then I go back again. So out this way, pull. The fingers are following like the tail feathers of a bird. And then as I shift onto this foot, emptying the other foot, press you away to the face. And this hand is about the level of your bottom of your rib cage. Shift in, pull over, shoulders down, elbows down. Now here's, I push away. I'm going to root this back foot, touch my knee to my elbow, then empty step. And as I shift in slightly closer together with the hands, it's suckle, and then expand open again. Switch sides. Over. Note how I've turned my feet, pressing away to the face. Other hand holds the tray. Root the back foot, knee to the elbow, empty step. Hands come a little closer together. Then I expand and press open. Once again, over, turning my back foot, press away, root back foot, knee, empty step, hands slightly closer together, and then they expand away from each other again. I strike out. Over, press, last one, knee to elbow, empty, closer together, and press. Now hug that tree. Back to the middle, put it down, and sink the chi. Inhale. Exhale. Open the door in front. And down. And we swing side to side. Then over to this side, and we'll cross the wrists and wave both hands. See how that wave is pretty small, right? Scoop. I'm going to scoop here. And then as I wave, it doesn't really go above my head. Down. The arms probably come out about 45 degrees each from your center line. So one goes towards you, one goes to the side because I'm facing the corner. Scoop, I turn to the corner. One goes towards you, one goes to the side. Good. Now I lift the knee under the elbow. So scoop, and as I wave, stand up and bring my knee to my elbow. Down, switch, scoop. Up, wave, knee to elbow, directly towards me. And I'm just turning corner to corner each time. Up. Good. Then if you want, you can straighten that leg. So as I stand tall, knee to elbow, I kick out with the heel. Back, down, turn to the other corner. Scoop, up, kick towards me, expanding together, contracting together, upper and lower body. Up, I start to gather, and then I expand like a flower opening. And then the flower closes, turn to the other corner. So I'm not actually kicking straight forward. I'm facing the corner, but I'm kicking towards you. Standing tall, trying not to crunch here. I'm trying not to lean back as I pick up my leg. It doesn't have to be high, right? That kick can be low. Up. We can kick down here if we want, right? That's fine too. But we do want to chamber before and after the kick. So I'm chamber here, I kick, I chamber, and I put it down. I don't just kick and then drop my foot down. And this one is called step up and kick with the heel. So let's continue going. And this time I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to bring my foot across my knee like I'm going to sit down. And as I expand my arms, I'm going to kick out with the toes pointed, slight diagonal. And then scoop, cross, touch my heel to my knee, turn my foot out and kick outwards at about a 45-degree angle with the toe pointed. Scoop, up, toe, back, scoop, kick. Couple more. It's a bit more challenging, this one. Last one each side. Elbow over knee. And the toes are pointed. Last one. Hug the tree. Put it down. Sink the chi. Open. Good. Now I'm going to turn towards you. So what I'm going to do is keep my one foot facing the corner and the other foot facing you. I'm going to step into this bow stance and notice I have a channel between my feet. And as I shift back, my hands float up and I pull them back just wider than my shoulders. And then as I shift forward, I push, keeping my elbows bent about hip width up towards the chest. And then shifting back, I can lift my toes. It means I can shift further back and push closer about hip width. All right, so my hands have to be a little wider than my shoulders as they go back. And they want to be about hip width as we push from the hip bones up. And again, the elbows stay bent. This one is simply called push. Actually, it's called a push upwards, but simplicity's sake, we call it push. Note how the back heel stays rooted down. That's my power. I rooted through that back heel. And then I have something to push with. One more. Nice. So we'll just switch sides here. So we'll step these toes out. Step this foot forward. Again, I have a channel. I'm never stepping onto a tightrope unless I'm empty step. So from here, a little wider than the shoulders, from the hip bones, rooting the back heel, pushing up. Of course, the fingers are together but not touching, and straight but not stiff, slightly bent, tiny bend. The wrists are relaxed and the elbows stay lower than the shoulders and the chest sinks as I push. I separate my shoulder blades as I push. Never straightening the arms, right? And of course, I inhale as I pull back. And I exhale as I push forward. Let's do 2 more now. Rotating the back heel, exhaling forward. Nice. We'll step parallel. Hug that tree. Put it down. Now, scoop. Crossing the wrists, scooping up in front, standing tall. And then sinking down, hands float. And again, you don't want to feel like you're lowering your hands. You want to feel like they are lowering. Scoop up here. It's like you put your hands on top of a cloud, and then the cloud, oh, the weight of the hand is just too much for the cloud. Sinking the chest. This is called closing. Couple more. Now stay standing tall here. Hands land on the table. Drop to the sides. Root down on this foot. This foot floats in. Feet together. And then we'll sink the chi. See again, my elbows stay lower than my shoulders. They do not go above the shoulders. The arms around. Hands float up on that cloud. It just floats up, right? Let's do one more. So even when, good, right there. And relax and shake it out. So even when I'm lifting my arm up overhead and a white crane spreads wings, you see how my elbow is not up here. It's down by the shoulder. My arm is round here. It's very, very rare that we would actually take the arm overhead unless we're practicing Qigong. And the reason, one of the reasons for this is in the combative aspect of Tai Chi, you just leave yourself open here. All right, so we want this elbow down. We want it to protect our rib cage, our sides. So we rarely go up here, stressing the shoulder. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, everybody.